self-esteem. And I didn't realize it at the time, but now that I have learned our healthy habits that we learned through our programs, I had like wicked disordered eating. Like it was like I was eating nothing or I was eating everything. And it was super unhealthy to just swing back and forth on that pendulum. And when I had seen a friend's transformation on Facebook, I was at my heaviest weight and I knew the holidays were approaching, and I was like, all I know is I don't want to go into next summer feeling the way I did this summer, which was like feeling like I just wanted to hide myself, and summer's my favorite season. And I like didn't even want to go to the beach. So when I saw a friend's transformation, I was like, okay, not only does she have like amazing weight loss, which it was something that I was craving at the time, but she looked happy. Like she looked like you could see it in her face, her life had changed. And that is what really drew me to reaching out to her. She was a friend, you guys, by the way, and I did not want to reach out to her for like 6 months. Like I wanted to do what she was doing, which are our programs for 6 months. But I didn't have the courage to ask for help. So you never know who is watching you. It could be a friend, someone who's acting totally disinterested, and they are looking for you to, reach out and ask them if they want to come on this journey with you. So it wasn't until I had lost some weight and I like posted this like picture of myself, like I look at it and I laugh now, but I had this like little crop top sweater on and I had like high-waisted jeans, an outfit I would have like only dreamed of wearing before I had lost weight. And I posted it and I got an overwhelming response from my friends. Like, bitch, what are you doing? Like, why do you look so good? I hate you. Like, obviously they didn't, but they were just like, what are you doing? And so I was like, I told my coach at the time, I was like, so I have a bunch of friends who want to join the next boot camp. I don't know when it is, but here are their names. And she was like, well, you can just sign them up if you want. And I was like, I hadn't really thought about that. But posting that picture and seeing that positive response from, my friends and feeling honestly proud. That's why I posted that picture. I was proud of my results. I started to understand what it meant to not only be a coach, but this whole part of coaching that is attraction marketing and posting pictures that make people stop and stare and wonder what the heck you're doing. Why do you look so happy? Why do you look so healthy? So that's when I actually decided to become a coach. I, was looking for a part-time job anyway. It filled the gap that I needed financially. And I very, very quickly fell in love with it. At first I was like, I'll just get my shakes paid for. And now I'm like, clearly obsessed. So I want to talk to you guys, and I'm really glad that Haley asked me to talk about attraction marketing because I have so much fun with my Instagram, you guys. Like, I sincerely enjoy taking pictures. Do I like the way I look every day? No. But like, I find a way, and it is a way that even on my worst days, I'm like, I have to show up. I have to do something. I have to pull myself out of this funk, even if it's just putting on a cozy sweater, even if it's just, or maybe it's like going from like 0 to 60 like I did today. I'm like, I'm putting on a full face. This is happening right now. Take some pictures. I have so much fun with my Instagram, and I think it's super important not to put too much pressure on your Instagram and just really have fun with it. And I know it sounds superficial. Like when you hear the term attraction marketing, it can sound like it's very surface level, right? But like Haley said in the beginning of this call, you have a message and you have a voice, and we honestly have a product that works, and because it's worked for all of us. But how do you get people to stop and read what you have to say? How do you get people scroll through Instagram so fast, you guys? I do it too, but people spend like milliseconds on a picture, before they move on to the next. So to get someone to stop and not stare, I mean, they can stare if they want, but to stop at your picture and like actually read what you have to say is a little bit more difficult. But I find a fun challenge in that. Like, I don't call it difficult in my everyday life. I'm like, ooh, yeah, someone's going to stop for that. So what does an eye-catching picture mean? What is going to make what's scroll stopping? And the truth is, you guys, that it can be something different every day. And it depends on what your brand is. So this is something that I think some of the more seasoned coaches have thought about and done. But if you're a newer coach on the team, it's really important to take a second and think about what your brand is, because as a small business owner, which we all are now that we're coaches, and, honestly, give yourself that credit. Don't think, oh, well, I don't have, I'm not a small, like you are. And every small business, it's so important for them to think of their brand and what encapsulates that. So I wrote down a few things that I feel like, and I'll give you like examples for what I think I have branded myself as. And what's really cool about it is it's not a force, you guys. Like, it's what you already are. You're just putting like a few like bullet points on your personality and who you are. That way, it's cliche, but like, so your vibe can really attract your tribe. So I think that, for example, like one of the first things that I notice about someone in their brand is their personal style. So whatever your personal style is, whether it's t-shirt and jeans, whether it's totally glam, whether it's casual, I feel like mine is like very like 70s vibes, or I'm like literally a high school boy. Like I have two modes. It's either like cute and groovy, or it's like, what did you just roll out of bed wearing? And that's literally me. I have comfort and I have cute, and there's not really an in between. So I also, and this is unintentional, but I was scrolling through my Instagram as I was, like preparing some notes for this call, and I was noticing that my color palette that I choose is really consistent with my clothes. Like if you look at my closet, everything's neutral, neutral, and a lot of black, and just a few pops of colors, nothing really, not a lot of it. So it's kind of cool, because if you look at my feed, my clothes are really neutral, but then all of a sudden I'll have like an outfit with a bright color that really pops. And those are pictures that when I looked at them had a lot of likes. So I think that, sprinkling in those bright pops of colors for me works on a very neutral palette. But maybe if you're someone who wears tons of bright colors, having a more neutral post, that would be more scroll stopping. Also, what your job is outside of Beachbody. That is a huge thing that I know, like Haley always talks about, she's hashtagging hairdresser, or, she used to be a hairdresser. I used to work in corporate fashion. That's a little bit of a long hashtag. So I just more so talk about that and address it on my stories, like hashtag corporate life, or I'll do hashtag WFH, work from home. Cause that's something like I always wanted to do when I worked at an office, but couldn't. So right now I work full-time Beachbody, and I'm part-time at a bridal store, which is really cool because that allows for some scroll stopping images. Me in a wedding dress, people are like, what is happening? So, there's opportunities in everywhere. I used to take pictures in my corporate office, like all the time. I built my business in empty offices, or not offices, but like empty conference rooms. And I also don't know how to turn off the sound of my text messages, so sorry that those keep going off. There's places where you can get content that, go along with your brand, which is part of your brand is your job. And what you currently do, your language. So what's the voice that you talk to people in? Not like the sound of it, but like, are you someone who, is a little bit more frivolous with your swear words like I am? Or are you someone who, you have like certain like lingo or something that means something to a group of people? Haley, sometimes her Massachusetts accent comes out, like that to like, but that relates to a group of people. Also your lifestyle. So, my lifestyle.
I was going to say, I love your language.
Yeah. My language.
I love it.
Yeah, it's not always appropriate, but that's fine.
It's amazing.
It could also be body language, you guys. I'm very expressive. Like, I'm always like making like faces. I'm just like, that's just me. But, your body language says so much about, your language as well. But also your lifestyle. Like, I love drinking. I make that part of my brand. Like, I'm not ashamed of the fact that I like to drink. I live near the ocean, and that is like my happy place. And that's a huge part of my brand and my lifestyle. and, you know, concerts, sports teams, stuff like that. And also something that I think is really cool is thinking about what your bonus feature is. Like when you think of your brand, what do you come with that like not everyone else comes with? Like for me, I sincerely love to cook, and I'm super into astrology, which I've started incorporating more into my stories. So like what for you is your bonus feature that you feel like, okay, that's something that I do that I don't really know if anyone else does. And that is something that definitely sets me apart, at least with my friend group and my family. So it's probably going to set you apart in a sea of Beachbody coaches as well. So I just feel like understanding your brand gives you direction for the content that now you're going to post in, and, you know, create that scroll stopping picture because you fully understand and you're confident in your brand. I honestly think that's like building a foundation for the rest of your images, in order to attract the right people, because you can attract a ton of people, but not all of them are going to be your people, right? So, I think I was saying before, like eye-catching pictures, that's going to mean something different every day to you. Something that I always do when I'm about to post a picture is I look and see what my last like 6 pictures looked like. Not what my last picture, but my last like 6 pictures looked like, because I don't want the picture that I'm posting right now to look like the last 6 pictures. I think it's important to not only see how your body is framed in a picture. So if you have had like a lot of full body shots and like maybe like waist up shots, something like that. Full body shot sounds so funny. Full body shot. But it's also like, if you have like a ton that are showing like full body, do like a really close selfie that's like maybe your like makeup looks amazing and your hair looks great and you're just doing a selfie, and so the focus is on like your eyes or something like that, or the focus is on your hair color if you have a really cool hair color. What was I going to say? So not only like where your body's framed, but also like what's in the background of your picture. Can you even see the background of your picture? Sometimes selfies are so close that you really can't see what's in the background. So if you have a few pictures that the background, you can't really tell what's going on, maybe have one where the background is really interesting, whether it's a tapestry. If you're short on time for creating content, you guys, tapestries are a great way. Even a white wall that can speak volumes, like without even doing anything. Or, you know, if you are out and about, like, and there's a beautiful view in the background, just ask someone to snap a picture of you. It's something.
I was gonna say, oh my God, like when you are on your trips, I'm like,
oh,
if you have somebody like there taking pictures of her.
Okay,
Amazing.
so this, I'm gonna pause what I was saying and talk about that, because the self-timer mode on your cell phone is your best friend.
Oh, I know that.
I have tried tripods. I'm gonna tell you, I've tried tripods. I've tried Bluetooth clickers. The self-timer and a rock that I can rest my phone on, I swear to God, are what I use 99% of the time. If I have my water bottle with me, I'll put my phone on my water bottle, you know, and just rest it there. And I always use the other side of my cell phone, because as you guys may or may not know, the outgoing camera is much better quality than the selfie camera. So I used to take all my pictures with the selfie camera. It's just a little grainier. And I think that honestly, you guys, it's 2018, almost 2019. If you don't have a clear picture, people are like, why not? So, and that also goes with like soft touching too much, you know, in your images. If it looks too blurry, people are going to be like, I don't understand. Scroll. Mm-hmm. So.
But I was going to say, most people would be like, oh, that's kind of embarrassing. People are looking. You understand it's a business and you literally help people make money from it and you do it anyway. So guys, that's a huge tip.
I've stopped caring, and I think it's frightening for my family because they're like, what?
That's hilarious.
But I really am like to the point, and I was not like this when I started. So if you're not here yet, just know that like I care about getting a dope picture way more than I care about what a stranger thinks of me and what I'm doing. I was taking pictures on the side of the road the other day. Like the picture I just posted with like the ocean in the background, like literally the road is right there and people are driving by and I was like, well, this is awkward. But you know, all I think in my head is like, I'm not going to let someone's opinion of me taking a picture, even though it still makes my stomach want to drop. I'm not going to let their opinion or what I think they're thinking about me, keep me from getting this picture right now because this is going to be a great picture. So the selfie timer on my phone, and the thing is too, you guys, I know that now since I'm coaching full time, I feel like I do have more flexibility to go out and be like, I really want to go outside and get a great picture right now. But if you don't have that flexibility where you work from home most days, when I worked my corporate job, would leave on my lunch break on a nice day, and I would sometimes say I had an appointment with the photographer, which was myself. And I'd be like, I have an appointment I have to go to, and I would go to like a park nearby. I know it's so ridiculous, but like I care.
You're like, it's not, you're not lying.
Yeah, like
Appointment with you though.
Yeah. I don't break promises or appointments with myself. So I would go to a park and I would go snap a few pictures. Before work, I would get up early and take pictures on my front porch. You can, just like we do power hours and pockets of time of the day, there are ways and pockets in the day where you can get a good picture. And a lot of times too, what I loved about this job when I first started is that it kind of made me want to do cooler shit. Like I wanted cooler pictures. So I was like, okay, that means I have to do cooler stuff. You know, I have to go out. I have to live a little bit more and, you know, not just be in my apartment all the time. If I want a picture at the beach, I guess I got to go there and at the beach. So I loved that. I feel like it got me out. It got me moving. It got me like dressed for the day on a weekend where I had nothing to do. And, yeah, there's just like, I don't know how else to say it other than like, just like how we find time in the day for power hours, you can find time in the day to build content, like build up like your own little arsenal of content, you guys. Like I've totally like gone somewhere before and brought a different shirt. And like or like bring a jacket and like just take a picture from the back, put your hair up, then put your hair down or something like that. Like if you are at a place where there is a lot of different backgrounds, you know, and it just takes a little thinking ahead. But like I said, guys, like I have fun with it. So if you have fun with it and you're like, this is going to be so cool, like, and get excited about the pictures you're going to take, like you can get so much content just from one day or 1 hour. And you know, surround yourself with people who don't care, you know, like they understand that this is like what you're doing. Like, I think it's so important. You know, I have my sister and my best friends that are always like, you need a picture right here. You know, like it's so empowering to like surround yourself with people who support you really going out and getting your content. Mm-hmm. You know, I feel like a lot of times our Beachbody friends, you know, like they understand, but sometimes it's hard for people outside of this to understand. So if you have people on board with you, or a rock, like I said, it's really a great way to get content. But just don't be afraid or ashamed of taking your pictures when you want to. So I know that was just really hard for me to get over in the beginning. And now that I'm like, woo.
I think it's like the biggest game changer, honestly.
It really is. Because no one else is determining your paychecks. No one else is determining how many follows you're going to get. Like that's all you. So own it, love it, live it. So I think, I was talking about eye-catching pictures before. I'm like, what makes an eye-catching picture? So like I said, it's going to be something different every day. It's going to be a cool background. It's going to be a shirt that says something funny on it that, again, has to do with your brand. Like I am a big 80/20 fan. And like the other day I got this shirt from Barstool that says like, one bite, everyone knows the rules. Like it's because I love watching the Barstool pizza reviews. I don't know if you guys watch those. Obsessed. And, like I got a tank top that said it because I was like, I tagged a bunch of Barstool accounts in it. And that is that's a whole nother call. Like, you know, making sure that you're tagging people and locations. I was reading a statistic recently and it was like, your post gets 78% more engagement when you tag your location.
Wow.
Like, that is like insane numbers. So always be tagging your location. That's a great way to attract more people. Also a picture with your face in it, or that has a face in it. First of all, like, if you should always be showing your face, that's how people know who you are. That's how people recognize you in your images. But a picture that has a face in it gets 39% more engagement. So,
Wow.
I'm someone who I love, cooking. And so I always have some food pictures or like quotes or something in my feed. But I, every now and then, will take a picture with my food. Like, really, it feels really close to my face. But, if I'm down on engagement that week, I'll do that instead of just doing it in my hand. And it does create a lot more engagement. I follow Caitlin Davies, and I know she always, like, when she has a food picture, it's always the food and her face. You always know who's holding, her plate for the most part. So let me see. Oh, and also know that a scroll stopping picture doesn't always have to be happy. Sometimes a scroll stopping picture, if you have a serious message, is a more serious photo, and that gets people, to stop. And first of all, they're probably like, why is she so sad? But, it's a way that you can be real and honest. And that's another thing, you guys, is that once you have people who are attracted and they're interested in your image, you have to get them to press that follow button. And they're only going to follow you if you have something important to say. I know that I get a lot of inspiration sometimes, and I try to have a really good variety of what types of captions I have on my posts. The Barstool one, like with the pizza, it was like, one bite, everyone knows the rules. Like, that's like was basically my whole entire thing. It was Friday night, Friday mood, whatever. But then, I did that because I had some like heavier posts, earlier that day. And I always like to strike a balance, because I don't want people to think that I'm like so serious, because I'm not at all. Like, I have moments of inspiration that I get from reading my personal development. Everyone should be reading personal development or listening to a podcast, something that inspires you every day. I get so much content as far as captions from that. And also talking on my story, like, so much of that comes from my personal development, because I read something and I can relate it to my life. And those are, I think, the instances where people really feel like they connect. They found my profile through a picture. Attraction marketing, check. They read my caption and liked what I had to say, whether it was something funny, whether it was something, personal development related, and they hit follow, and now they're watching my story, and I'm connecting with them because I have something to say, so that is, and then I just have a few like bullet points just about having a consistent filter. I think that, I use VSCO. That's the only like app I use for my pics. Or I don't know if Visco, VSCO, whatever. Having a feed pattern. I think that that's something that always interests me when I see it on people's pages. I'm not sure how much or like how crucial it is to have like a pattern on your feed, but I do think that it adds an artistic element if you are like a more artistic person and you want to pay more attention to your feed and how it looks. And always, I tell my team this all the time, take inspiration from people outside of Beachbody. Like, do not take, probably, I would say I take 30% of my inspiration, sorry, that's so annoying. 30% of my inspiration from other Beachbody coaches, because I like to see what else is happening out there in the business. What are people doing? What are people inviting to? That kind of thing. But I would say, honestly, 70% of the inspiration I take are from bloggers that I love, are from retailers that I swear by, other influencers who are more lifestyle based, that have nothing to do with fitness. That's how I get a lot of my creative ideas. And then I adopt them, and only adopt what's appropriate to my business and what I'm doing, because that's a whole nother level of attraction marketing, because I, as a consumer, instead of, a business, am attracted to what they're doing. And so I can recognize that. You kind of take yourself out of the equation for a second, recognize what you're attracted to, and then try to implement that and adopt it, but always make it your own, into your own business. And that is my last bullet point. Sorry I talk so much.
No. That was amazing. I'm like, where do I begin here? First of all, look how many people are on.
Yay! First of all, I'm sweating.
Don't lift your hands up. Whatever you do. It's like so many. I took a bunch of notes. I really love this. It's kind of like a new and improved kind of like attraction marketing. It's like people are always like looking at the old, like the ones we used to have. But like Instagram's always changing. Things are always changing. And guys, Lindsay didn't even get into like algorithms or anything like that. She's just getting into the attraction marketing. Like basically in my mind, think of attraction marketing like, what do you stop at? What do you like to see? I always think that, like, for me, just whatever it is. Like Patrick loves videos. So like if he was a coach, like crazy working, he should be making videos. You know what I mean? Like do what you would stop at or listen to. Like if you would never listen to it, Instagram TV ever, don't ever do one. Like, I don't know. But does anybody have any questions before I say a couple things? Thank you, Lindsay. That was so amazing.
Welcome.
I do.
Huh.
Me. Okay. I feel like I should know the answer to my own question, but I'm just curious on like other feedback. So Lindsay, obviously, like with us kind of living like in the north with winter coming and things like that, we're looking to like a lot of gloomy days ahead and things like that. I'm curious if you have tips on like getting a good picture when it's so gray all the time, because I think that's one of the things I struggle with in the winter time is it just sucks outside.
It really does. It's funny because I am getting a taste of this again as our days are getting shorter, and something that I know I did last winter and into the spring was I take like all of my pictures at like 2 p.m.
Okay.
Or, any time of the day. Like if I notice the sun is out, I'm like, I'm taking a picture. Like it's just kind of like a drop everything, and that is just a geographical struggle we have. But I've also, I don't have a ring light. I've thought of investing in one. I don't know if anyone has one that they love that they would recommend, but I feel like something like that for any indoor pictures. Also, I think that's a great time to go out and take pictures outside, and maybe have one day, if you have one nice day, and have a few outfit changes and just kind of stockpile those photos that if you do have a really shitty day, weather-wise or like emotionally, and you're not really feeling taking pictures, you at least have some to fall back on.
Okay, I have one more question too.
Yeah.
What kind of phone do you have?
I just got I have to look at it. I just got the 8 Plus.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Like, I wish that you could teach everyone your friggin' wittiness. You just can't teach that. God damn it. I'm always like, I have like a really cool picture. I'm like, what would Lindsay write? I'm like, seriously, no. God. Some people just have it,
Oh,
What would WWLD. That's really cool. Actually, the National Wake Up Call, not this last one, but the other one with Mandy Kai, she was talking about, what was she talking about? Oh, like the reason why she's so successful. She doesn't really follow any other Beachbody coaches either. A couple, she said, but she, instead of like watching Netflix, she would watch like Shark Tank and like follow like Tony Robbins and whatever, get ideas from like those people. other influences and all that. And it like really works for her. She has a ton of followers. All she has to do is freaking one post. And
I think it's funny because I didn't realize before I joined Beachbody that I was following some top coaches already. Like I was following Raina Odell I had no idea that I loved her page. I loved her vibe. I had no idea she was a Beachbody coach. And I think that also that is so important. I know we talk about that all the time is like a huge part of attraction marketing is curiosity and creating that curiosity. So just to drive that home again and like I still follow Raina. And I only follow like a few of the top coaches. And it's kind of funny. So I have a personal Instagram that's like my old Instagram from like college that I still have. And like, I'm still following her on that, but I'm not following her on my Beachbody one because I don't want that to be what's in my feed every day. So I'm not like tempted to emulate it too much, you know? So like I have a separate Instagram where I follow Beachbody coaches. So I'm like, if I want to see what other coaches are doing, like that's fine. Other coaches that aren't on my team, but I have my business one is for connecting with clients. Like it's not for, you know, I guess content inspiration.
I just love how if you guys would totally like take a couple minutes out of your night tonight and just like look how almost every single picture she invites without being like salesy at all. So just create that and, you know, try to make it into your own little way. But I think it's just so like nonchalant and I just love the way you post, Lindsay. I've told you since I remember when you were a brand new challenger and like the challenge groups. And I was like, the second I even saw your face, I was like, are you kidding? She's like scrolls. So she needs to do this immediately. I think that how long did you do it before actually coaching?
I think it was like 6 months. So I think I started in November and I started coaching the end of March, beginning of April.
I'm so happy that you did. Any other last questions? Well, I'm an idiot, Lindsay, and just so you know, for the first like 1 minute of the call when I introduced you, I was not recording. So I hit record, but after you hit record, you actually have to hit record on computer. So I'm sorry about that. And I also, obviously I completely skipped over any announcements. If anybody has any announcements they want to make, please do. I'm so sorry about that. I just got really excited. I was like, yes! I don't think I have any right now, honestly. But if I do, I mean, of course, it'll be on Thursday.
I think I have some announcements for Thursday.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, like for Thursday.
Oh. Okay, my dad's a ruby, and I think I have like 3 new emeralds.
Oh my goodness gracious. I can't wait to see their faces.
I already announced one, Samantha.
Girl!
Funny story, because Samantha switched to me from another coach and waited 6 months to coach under me.
Yeah, that's like Jill Smith too. I mean, you wouldn't know her name is Jill right now because on our friggin' thing right here. Is it still messed up, Jill? Oh, you fixed it. Jill too. I have a couple. Cammie. Congrats to you and your team. Well,
I just wanted, so Siobhan has been, you've been giving her all the love, and she's on tonight. She reorganized her schedule with her husband so that she could be on tonight. So I just wanted to show her love because she is crushing it.
She is. Oh
Hi guys, thank you.
I'm so proud of you, girl.
Oh my gosh. I can't even believe this is happening to me, but I appreciate you guys for helping me.
You guys should obviously go follow her too. Just write, like in a minute, write your Instagram handle in the chat if you can. But no, really quick side note, everybody runs their business differently. And just because I don't like to use Beachbody words does not mean that you don't have to, like that you have to do exactly what I do. Siobhan, obsessed with 2B mindset, right? Like it changed your life completely.
Obsessed. So I'm all like, I put 2B on everything.
He does. It works.
But people love it. They come to me for 2B. I don't think I've sold anything not 2B, if that makes sense.
So, guys,
Which is insane because she's hit at least SC10 every single month. Like, are you pushing 20 right now?
I'm 1 away.
Exactly.
So am I.
All 2B.
Girl, so am I.
So everybody needs to do 2B because that's where it's at.
So I was going to say, this is totally random, but I was looking up To Be Mindset hashtags because I was talking to Jill about you. You are the first person that you see, and you see it all over the place, and you look amazing, like amazing. I can't believe that. So when people message you, I was talking to Jill about this, and I guess she was like, she's just so sweet and to the point and simple. She just says, "Hi, do you do 2B too?" or something like that.
Yeah. So then they either write back like, "No, what's 2B?" And I tell them, or they say, "Yeah, I am." And then I get them to switch over to me. So
that's just, I can't even. So just because I don't do certain things doesn't mean she's completely different and successful in her own way, you know? It's just crazy how many different ways you can go with this business. So you're crushing it, girl. And I'm so happy that you're on here.
Yes, I'm so excited. I love you guys.
We love you.
You guys just reminded me of one thing that I forgot to say. It's about transformations.
Oh, yes.
Because transformations are scroll stopping AF. I can't believe that I didn't put it on there because transformations are something that I try to share every 6 photos. So every 6 photos I try to share a transformation, whether it's a body transformation, a booty, a face, an internal transformation. Every 6 pictures I try to have a transformation photo because that is what got me to sign up. That is what I saw and I was like, okay, take my money. Like, I'm ready. I'm here. And a tip about transformation photos, you guys, is try your best to wear the same outfit if you can. If you still have it, wearing the same outfit, I see such a difference in my engagement when I wear the same outfit versus when I wear 2 outfits that are really different. If as long as it's the same type of, form fitting, that is just like pro tip transformations.
Yeah, that's actually a huge, I remember, so if you guys, I don't know if you know this, but if you have a business account, you can go to your Instagram and then you can go to like in your insights and you can go to a certain post to see how many, what people usually save of yours or how many followers you got from a certain post or the most likes you ever got from a post or the most views or whatever. There's categories literally for everyone. And, the one I got the most followers from the certain photo was before and after of me in the same exact outfit, jeans and shirt, same exact. I got tons of I think I got 600 followers from that. That was like the one that like blew it all up. I'm like, okay, well, people do like that. So now I really try to do that as well. And even if you're not feeling your best and you kind of effed up, you're human and it happens. Take a picture of it and don't pretend like it's not there. Take a picture of it and then give yourself a one and post it. Be like, I'm doing this for me. I'm human. I messed up. I kind of went off the hand, like whatever, messed up for a little bit too long. But it's my job, so I need to reel it back in. I'm going to give you a 3-day transformation or 7-day transformation. That's kind of what I'm doing right now because I was gone for 2 months. So I took a picture of myself the other day and I was like, yikes, I'm like way worse than I thought. And I wanted to hide it. But I took a picture of it instead, and now I'm going to be scroll stopping with a friggin' 3, 4, 5-day transformation, which in my opinion, I think is the most like, inspiring because, or like, I don't even know the word, but like they knew you 3 days ago, Oh yeah. I remember that Ashley took like she looked like she had a baby picture first right after her honeymoon. And then she did like
until I get pregnant and have a real bump.
I just did my first same outfit transformation last Tuesday, and I got 300 and something likes.
With the gray yoga legging things?
Yeah, the yoga pants. I put on the same boots, the same hoodie, and everything, and I got like 300 likes and so many comments on it.
Yeah, I actually like stopped what I was doing, and I was like, Patrick, look, she's wearing the same exact outfit. So it just shows like what you're paying attention to. Just start trying to do. That was amazing, Danielle, by the way. I couldn't believe it.
Oh, I wanted to tell you guys, any of you who are moms, like I talked to corporate last week and they told me about a couple other places. Well, not just moms. Like, so they were telling me about not just using Instagram and Facebook, but using like Peanut is one for moms to connect with moms in your area. And I've been finding like last week I signed up 5 people and 3 of the 5 were people I met in person. In real life. And so the mom page that she was telling me about from corporate last week is like you meet people and you can chat with them, and it's called Peanut, and it's like local moms looking for other mom friends. And then they also talked about Bumble, and you can set it so you're looking for just like girls to hang out with.
That's what I'm gonna
Not which are like some people use it for a dating site, but obviously you can set your settings so you're just looking for friends.
That's amazing. Danielle told me that the other day, and I was like, can you tell the whole team that, please? Thanks.
Yeah, I know. And then I never did go live and tell the team. So I'm like, oh, I'll tell them right now on the call.
Thank you so much for that.
And I met a group of girls. Like, so another thing I did that worked for me, and which actually I just signed the girl up, and she's a new coach. She's a personal trainer. And so I met a group of girls. Like the last people that I had met up, because I love music and I love going to concerts. So I met a girl tailgating. And when people like compliment me on my body or say like, oh, I look like nice legs. So when I went to Kid Rock, somebody said nice legs, and I'm like, they weren't always like this. And I showed her my transformation.
Yeah, Danielle.
She friended me immediately on Facebook that day when we were there. I was like, oh, friend request me. And then she messaged me 2 weeks later and was like, I want to sign up with you. And so I created this group like just on Messenger of all the girls I've been meeting like at concerts and what concerts we're going to. And so then I just created a Facebook page for like all of us, and we all post when we're going to a show, and I'm just going to share stuff, nothing Beachbody. But like Haley and I were talking about, I'm going to share like outfits I get to go to concerts, or when I go to a concert, I go live and stuff like that, and attract people who are into the same things as me.
Exactly. So, and that's another free thing that like you could just message a bunch of people, like finding through, like you find through hashtags, and be like, hey, do you want to be a part of this, whatever, this group is just whatever, you know, it's free.
I'm going to make a post about my group, like that I have a group, like a bunch of girls, like anybody who loves going to concerts, join me in this group. And I'll probably just put a link to the page and then like allow them in or not, you know what I mean? And
I freaking love it.
That's how I met the girl who just signed up with me as a coach yesterday. And because she was sitting in the car and she's like, oh, I do like bodybuilding competitions. And she's like, I hate my job, though I work at UPS. And I'm like, you should do what I do. And she's like, I want to be able to travel and work. So she just signed up yesterday. And I met her through another girl who would never probably sign up with me, but who I go to concerts with, who I met through social media because of coaching.
Attraction marketing.
Yep.
Tie it back in because attraction marketing.
Yeah.
Last, I have one more question for Lindsay, and then I have to say one more thing before we go. And thank you, Danielle. And the last questions. I wrote a bunch of notes. And guys, if you're thinking to yourself like, oh, I don't have anything like, I don't like to cook like me, and I don't like to whatever, I'm so boring. Make yourself do something, you know, like, do you like jewelry? Maybe you should think about, I don't know why, hold on. Maybe you should think about making jewelry and just like for your coaches or for your challengers, and like that will attract a whole group of people that like friggin' making jewelry with you, you know, whatever it is you like doing, like, or want to do. Like right now I want to take piano lessons, and I'm going to attract a bunch of other people that do that too with hashtags and all that. Like whatever it is you want to go do, we've always wanted to go like ride bikes all the time, freaking go get a bike and start doing that to be like a little bit different. I know that you've been going to like bar classes. Is that how you say it, Lindsay?
Yeah.
There's a whole group of people that like that kind of stuff.
Totally. And I wanted to show like girls that you can still, you don't have to break up with your, you know, studio classes. You can do that and do a boot camp and see results and have fun. So.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. You are amazing. I have so many awesome little notes and little things I will be implementing immediately. So last thing I wanted to say was I'm really excited about this group. It's like the first thing I ever did, like I just made up by myself. So I haven't even really talked to that many of like the leaders to help me. So it's taking me a little bit of time because I don't know how to do like this stupid things. Guys, I want to do this thing for us. I asked my assistant to make it for me, but I gave her all the content, obviously. So I'm going to, obviously to get in this group, guys, you know, you have to be an Emerald coach. You have to stay Emerald. You can't lose it. And you have to post every single day, no matter what. You have to do a program from start to finish the way it was designed. That's the rules. They're going to be like weekly calls with goals. They're going to be weekly workouts together and like power hours and all that. Some guest speakers here and there. I just, what was I going to say? Oh, that's stupid. It's like, I've never done anything like it, and you guys are probably like crazy because you've probably done this before, but like, I want to do a daily accountability tracker. So like, I want every single day for you guys to be able to go in and check exactly what you did for the day. I have like an example, but like, it's pretty strict. It says like, did you post? What kind of post did you do? What did you read? Give me a quote from it. Did you work out? Which workout was it? How'd you do in your meal plan on a scale of 1 to 5? It's like dead ass serious. And I just did these questions because those are the things that I know for a fact. If you did these things for until the end of the year, you will 1,000,000% be successful. So I just don't want you guys to like, I just want, before you decide to go into that group because you're excited right now, I want you to really think about it, just because I don't want you guys to get all mad at me and stuff like that when you get deleted from the group if you don't do those things. So before you do it, make sure it's definitely for you. It might not be for everybody. I know a couple other coaches on the team that like show up when they want, but they actually help the people. You know, they're like hobby coaches. As long as you help the people that you sign up, I'm happy. But like, if you want to make things happen and really make a big difference and make like money, and if you guys do this, the momentum that you do from here into the end of the year is going to be out of control for the end of the year. Because then all of a sudden it gets insanely busy and you're going to be like, holy shit, I have like a real business. But it's not going to happen if you don't do the things that I say daily. So think about it. I just created the group. I only have my assistant in there because I needed one person to be in the group. But couple questions before you go in, like, are you an Emerald and above? Are you committed and whatever? So make sure you guys do that. But it will be up and like ready to go tomorrow. But again, please think about like if you really want to be in it, if you're like couldn't really commit to that. And if you guys get kicked out, it's nothing but love. Just do your own thing the way you want to do it, you know.
Tomorrow. I don't know what time I get home.
Cool. Well, I just heard somebody and I'm scared. But I'm going to go have my shakes. I did not have it yet. But thank you so much, Lindsay. You really helped all of us. It's like so updated and fresh and just new. We really needed that. So thank you. I appreciate you. I love you all. Have a good night, guys.